G'day guys, Cam and Tiff Wild Touring. Welcome to what we're going to call episode 2 of Touring Talk.
Yeah, our second monthly midweek video.
Yeah, so covering off on our second month of stats on the roads, fuel economy, budget, all that kind of stuff, and then ending off the episode, which will be a pretty short episode on FAQs or sort of themes that people have, reoccurring questions that people ask us.
Yeah.
So if you want to start off, Tiffy, with all the stats from our second month on the road.
Yeah, I'll go with the stats. So total fuel cost, $2,199.
Was that similar to last month?
A little bit more.
Yeah. So I think we did similar sorts of Ks, but fuel was a little bit more expensive through Central Australia.
Yes. Our fuel economy, however, was better. It was 21.92 litres per 100.
That's wicked. Was some of that the Tanami Desert?
Yes.
Yeah, so you would have just seen that last weekend, got very good economy for 1,000 Ks of the Tanami Desert, and we had to because we were running very low on fuel.
Yeah. And some of that was also, we spent a fair bit of time in caravan parks this time around, so in towns.
Yeah,
and
unhitched.
A lot of that stuff's unhitched as well.
Yeah.
So total distance travelled was roughly 3,700 Ks, which is very similar to last month, which was 3,500. Accommodation cost was $981 for 4 weeks.
Yeah, we spent a fair bit of time in caravan parks, as you'll see with this next one.
Yeah, so a little bit more than last month, but not a hell of a lot more. But we did stay at a few caravan parks, like we said. So we did 11 nights at caravan parks, 8 nights at stations, 7 nights at free camps, and 4 in national parks.
Yeah, probably a little bit more than we would normally do. And one of the main reasons for that was because it was Chloe's birthday.
Yeah.
And she was adamant that we were not to spend her birthday in a dust bowl. We had to be somewhere that had a pool, a jumpy pillow, and we ended up finding somewhere in Alice Springs that had both of those and also a water slide.
Yeah, that was actually an awesome caravan park, and they had a great deal on it. It was like pay for 3 nights, stay for 4, so we stayed longer than we needed to.
Yeah. What time is it?
6:50.
Oh, that's not too bad.
You said 7 o'clock.
Righto, you can come out.
Brodie, come. Come, Brodie.
Is Brodie dressed?
Yeah, Brodie has his jammies on.
Come on, birthday girl.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
Don't pop them. Hey, you big 8-year-old.
Hi.
So I think there and Cooper Petey, we were between the two of them were there for over a week.
Yeah, and on that note, some people said, where was your footage of Cooper Petey?
Yeah.
We're not filming everywhere that we travel to. So we've got into quite a good routine where we'll smash out a couple episodes and then we'll get to a caravan park in town and we just want to switch off and relax and put the cameras down for a while.
Don't really want to film, don't want to film in front of people in caravan parks. And also, like the caravan parks, it's for us, it's to keep for the kids to meet other kids and play with the kids. It's for us to do shopping and washing and chill out. So it's just not, it just doesn't go hand in hand with filming stuff, does it?
Sometimes we're not doing an awful lot. We're just catching up on life chores.
Yeah, and computer work and stuff like that as well. Anyway, what else we got?
Groceries and alcohol cost was $1,945, so a fair bit more than last month.
Those bloody groceries, go on. Moving on quickly.
Dining out, tourism again was more than last month, and we thought last month was a bit crazy because we'd started off with a bang.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was $1,634. I don't know why, we're just
dining out a lot.
Yeah.
All right, moving
treating
on.
it like a holiday. We're not strict with our budget. We're just, we're spending money as we see fit, really.
Living it up, enjoying the pubs and...
Yeah, we probably do need to tone that down a
little bit. We are not going to. Moving on.
But, I mean, the total figure came out to $6,760, which, when you break it down, is $1,663 a week.
Yeah, so... and I think last month was about 1,300, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So we're averaging about 1,500 a month, 1,500 a week, which is pretty much bang on what we expected for this trip.
Yeah, and a lot of people have told us they're spending roughly $2,000 a month. I mean, $2,000 a week. So we're a fair way off that still.
Yeah.
But like we said in last month's episode, this does not include everything. It's not insurance. It's not phone bills. It's not cars, you know, parts and stuff.
Yeah, servicing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So just keep that in mind.
All right, so I think that was pretty much it for stats. But for that month, like we did last month, best campsite, worst campsite, what do you reckon?
So best campsite, we've asked Chloe, she's in bed now, but her best campsite was Mount Little, which is in the Flinders Ranges.
No surprise there. She loved the animal feeding.
Yeah.
It was just a cool vibe, that place. Really well set up for families, really well set up for kids.
Yeah. And then for us, we both wholeheartedly agreed that our favourite campsite was Palm Valley in the Northern Territory. Just awesome.
Yeah, I think some of you have picked up on that too. Like probably our demeanour has changed a little bit getting into the Northern Territory. And yeah, we just can't wipe smiles off our face. We love the Territory, we love the boab trees and the animals and the red dirt and the weather. Yeah, Territory and Kimberley, love it.
We love it.
So yeah.
And that brings us on to our worst campsite. We all agreed on this one. Unfortunately, it was the two campsites along the Unandatta. We'll group them together.
Yeah, didn't love it.
Yeah, we were a little bit uncertain releasing that Unandatta episode. We felt like it was a little bit negative, but honestly, that was just our thoughts at the time.
Yeah, we wanted to be real about it. And we copped a little, I wouldn't say flack, but I think we surprised a few people that we didn't love the Unandatta. And somebody said, because I made note about how the points of interest along there didn't really interest us. And someone said something about, yeah, but Cam, it's the serenity, it's the solitude, it's the remoteness, it's the star-filled nights and camping, you know, when nobody's around. And you bang on, that is why we enjoy those kinds of trips. And I would have enjoyed that aspect of the Unandatta if it just weren't for the bugs. And that is a seasonal thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's like that all the time. Well, you've done the Unandatta before. It's not like that all the time.
No.
We're early on in the season. The flies are bad at the moment.
Yeah.
If we did it again at a different time, maybe we would enjoy it.
Yeah.
But that was just how it was at the time.
And we were sort of tied to a little bit of a timeline because, yeah, it might have been different through winter. But come winter time, we need to be up north and following the seasons. Otherwise, you know, we're not going to get the best of the dry season up here in the top end.
Yeah.
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 Was that it?
That's it. And then we were just going to go on to talk about sort of like our overarching topic and a question that comes up quite a few times.
We've had a lot of people asking about safety, how we keep safe travelling through Central Australia and the top end especially, I think.
Yeah, is there any ways, you know, to prevent theft or crime?
Yeah, mitigate the risk. We've had a few people ask if we carry weapons, which I think's, I'm surprised that people are asking that.
Yeah. To be honest, we've always felt very safe camping.
I think you're more likely to get assaulted in the city at a bar than out in the middle of nowhere in the bush.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And yeah, it's probably a relevant time to talk about all of this because we have just been through Central Australia, which is a hotspot for crime. There is no denying that.
Yeah. And we also have had, as you'll see in coming episodes, we have had a bit of a brush with some rat bags. And had a couple of things pinched from a campsite. You'll see that in a future episode. So yeah, good time to chat about that. And I think it all comes down to like mitigating the risk. Yeah. Wouldn't you say? Like just making yourself not a victim. So the most important thing I think you can do is not leave stuff out. Not leave stuff out that's an easy grab.
That's a value that you don't care if, you know, that you care if it's taken.
So like, you know, don't leave the back of your car open with your beer fridge open. Don't leave your beer fridge underneath your awning, unsecured. Don't leave kids' bikes out, scooters, lock your hatches.
Yeah, don't have alcohol on show.
Yep, you know, phones, keys. Keys is a big one. Don't leave your keys like on the table or on a, you know, like a bench or something like that right near the front door because they'll just force your door, grab your car keys, pinch your car that night or, you know, maybe the next night. So just make it a little bit harder for them and then you're probably not going to be the victim. They'll pick on someone else that's made it a little bit easier for them.
Yeah.
What else, Tiffy?
We definitely use Wikicamps as a Bible. So if you're going to a campsite, check the reviews. If people are saying there's been issues, maybe don't stay there, stay somewhere else, especially in towns. Try and stay if there's an area that is known to be a rough area, stay in a caravan park that has preventative measures like fencing the whole way around, boom gate access.
Let's give you some examples, some real life examples, okay? Like Alice Springs. You know about Alice Springs, it's been in the news. When we were booking that, because that ended up being the town we're going to be at for Chloe's birthday, we did some research. We've read reviews of the caravan parks and we booked the ones where people were saying that they felt safe, they had no dramas, there's big fences, there's boom gates, key card access, barbed wire. I mean, it's sad, but that's the reality of it.
Yeah, and we did feel very safe there.
Yeah.
The caravan parks as well, they'll also send you text messages every night. We've had this at a few different occasions now.
Yeah.
They'll send you a text message, just a reminder, hey guys, lock up your things, lock your hatches on your external of the caravan.
Yeah.
Don't leave your keys inside on the table. Just, you know,
All good
be
advice.
sensible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some more real life examples there, like when we've done, you know, like the Great Central or the Tanami, like those really outback, remote Central Australia trips.
Yes.
Good idea if you're at a track like that or doing a route like that is to camp not too close to the communities and to camp off the road. All right, don't set up right on the edge of the road, you know, with all your lights and a fire going and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You'll know if you've driven these roads before or tracks before. Any car, you know, if people have breakdowns and they leave a car on the side of the road, that thing is burnt and turned upside down within a day or two. So
Yeah, so we'll always look for the campsites that have the little warren tracks down to a private area. And
Yeah.
to be honest, we probably feel more safe, like free camping and bush camping like where we are now, than we do that when we're in a town, right?
Oh yeah, we've had less dramas in the middle of the bush than we've ever had. We've had more dramas at caravan parks.
Yeah, we have.
And in towns and stuff. So
But that's a given, like, yeah, no different to being at home, you know, just be sensible, lock your doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's another
I think dogs are a good deterrent too.
Yeah, true. Here's another hot tip for you. If you're traveling in a really rough town, a lot of them have, especially coming through Central Australia and heading up to the top end, some of them have alcohol restrictions. So if you find out that a town's pubs and bottle shops and stuff open at 3 p.m, probably don't hang around the middle of town after 3 p.m. That's when you're going to have people, you know, under the effects of alcohol running amok in town and stuff. Yeah, that's just the reality of it. But yeah, given all of that, in all the years of traveling, we've had very little dramas and it never puts us off going somewhere. No. We just take steps to mitigate that risk.
Yep.
Another one, just quickly, Tiff, and we talked about locking hatches and stuff on the caravan, but also if you've got fuel, especially petrol, be extra careful with, but even diesel, we lock our jerry cans and stuff on the outside of the van.
Yep.
Other than that,
I think that covers it.
Oh, and weapons, just quickly touching on weapons. No, we don't do weapons, and I don't think you need to. And I think if you're going to do weapons, just be really careful because you run the risk of, should you ever actually pull it out and need to use it, you run the risk of someone taking it off you and using it against you. So just be smart. Plus, there's the legalities of of all that kind of stuff. I would never advocate that publicly.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think you need to. We live in a very safe country. We are very lucky to live in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, like you get the odd comment from Americans and they're like, you know, what's your everyday carry? What knife and what firearm do you carry when you go away camping?
Yeah.
No, we're super duper lucky that we don't have to even think about that kind of stuff. Safety, security, all that sort of stuff. Have we
I think that's it.
tied that off?
That's it for this month.
Cool. See you guys next month.
See you next
more
month.
stats, more questions.
Hopefully with a little bit less spent.
Yeah. Hey, if you've got any other questions for us or things you want to know, let us know in the comments below and we'll either address it there or maybe in next month's episode.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.